you can do. So PHP is powerful. You can use it to create any kind of apps that reside on the server. PHP, the source code for PHP is never shown inside your HTML. So if you were to right click and view your page source, you will not see any PHP script here. You only see your HTML script text. See, your PHP, the echo part here doesn't show in here. The PHP executes on the server, but it never sends its source code come down to the browser. That is the security feature of PHP. So this is how it works. Alright, so now in our course, the client that will be used to access the PHP script is most of the time the client red itself. So the client red itself will be written in Visual C#, and it will be accessing this PHP script. So right here we are using a browser to access the PHP script. Later on I will show you how to write client red that can access this PHP in the way we are doing it here like this. Right? Now there's another thing I want to point out to you. Presently in this practical walkthrough, I'm using a virtual machine, as you can see. So my virtual machine is running inside my host machine. So this is my virtual machine, which is starting from here, and I'm running my server in the virtual machine. Now if I wanted to test access the server from my host, I have to set my virtual machine network to host only. So we click on settings here, select a virtual machine, click on settings and go to the network settings, make sure it's host only adapter. So when you do that, your virtual machine itself will have an IP address. So you can check that from the host by going to CMD and then IP config. IP config is to list all the network that is available on this device. So here is you can see here there are a few IP addresses. The one which is bound to the virtual machine and the virtual host is this one. 192.168.56.1 is the IP address of this host for purposes of connecting to the virtual machine. And then down here I have another IP address which is 192.168.101.16, and this IP address is bound to my Wi-Fi, and this is IP address I use to go out to the internet. But to connect to my virtual machine, I use a different IP address. So this IP address is given by your Oracle VirtualBox. So you just make use of it. So your virtual machine will also have a similar IP address like this, but it will not be 56.1. It will be 56 and another number here. So how to check that? Just go back to your virtual machine, fire up your CMD, it's already open here, and you can check your, let me clear the screen first, CIS clear screen, and you type ipconfig, and you can see here your address is 192.168.56.101. So the virtual machine address is 192.168.56.101, but your host address, that means the address of this host, is 192.168.56.1. So they are both belonging to the same network. Network address is identified from the 3 bytes. The first 3 bytes, 192.168.56, will tell you the host address. So you can see they are the same host address. Only the last one is different because the last one identifies the machine itself. So if I wanted to connect to my web server inside the virtual machine from the host, I can also do that. So I can open my browser on the host. So now I have a browser from the host, and I will key in the IP address of the server, 192.168.56.101, and I will get my response from the server, from the host. So my host is now connecting to my server inside the virtual machine, and I'm getting back the same response. So this is how you can use your virtual machine to run a different operating system and also to run your web server. And then here you can use your client coming from your host machine to access your server inside the virtual machine, right? Using this kind of IP addresses. Alright, so if you did not install the virtual machine, then no worries, you can run everything in your host and it will still work the same. The only thing then different is now you have to use localhost like this, localhost. Okay, then you can connect to your server in your host itself. Okay, so that's all for how this PHP works. And before you close everything, remember to shut it down, stop here, SQL, and stop for Apache. That's it. So that's all for this practical walkthrough. Thank you for watching.